So the first card that popped up is dietary change, which says improve your diet and your life will also improve. So I personally find that when I eat foods that are alive, like plants, that I feel much more energized and enlightened than when I eat things like carbs and dairy and meat. So maybe it's just a sign to incorporate more plants into your diet and perhaps reduce or eliminate some of the more unhealthy foods like junk food. So the second card that fell out is new career, which says your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. So obviously it's very self-explanatory again, which means you're probably gonna start a new job or maybe branch out into another field or do some volunteer work, but something to do with your path, your work life. Um, so perhaps you just quit a job and you're looking for a new one, or you've been searching for work over the past little while. So the universe wants us to know that in October right now, the energy is shifting towards you getting a new career. The third card that fell is Sun. It says your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. So, this card can relate to you if you have a child, if you have a son, then it is pretty self explanatory. Sometimes when this card drops, it can also mean that, like, if you don't have children, it could mean that maybe you're expecting a child. It could be a boy, or it could mean that, like, somewhere in the universe, your unborn child is like protected and is kind of like watching over you, or same thing if you tragically lost a child, that they're protected, and that maybe they're like watching over you and exploring the world and that they're safe. Another alternative could be if someone's like a son-like figure to you. It's just talking about them in your life, or it could be somebody else's child, but it says that they're protected as he explores the world. This card can be a number of things. I've actually drawn son and daughter before, and I don't have children of my own or any children, therefore. So I get a little confused, but sometimes I like to think of it as maybe my fur babies or my cats. I have a boy and a girl, so in that regard, I get son and daughter. So it could be an animal that you have as well, or an animal that has passed. So just know that they are protected as they explore the world. So the crystal that I've chosen for this pile is fluorite, and it's a very protective stone. It clears out negative energy, and it also has to deal with resetting like impurities in the body and things like that. I think it's a good match for the sun card because they both talk about protectivity, but I'm thinking that maybe it's not the sun necessarily, but the meaning behind the card, that someone is being protected and watched over. I think that's the overall theme, is protection. So in your life, you will be experiencing dietary change, a new career, and you'll be assisted by the universe. You'll be protected as you start your new job and transition in this path of life. So for the second pile, I decided to ask about mental health, brain health, and like mental clarity, because I personally experience a brain disorder, well, too, And I know a lot of other people have their own diagnoses and conditions, so I thought it would be nice to incorporate some brain health into this reading and ask for assistance from the universe in regards to that. So I got the card Goodbye to the Old and Hello to the New, which says you finished one part of your life and now a new and even better part is beginning. So I was doing a reading similar to this, like for myself, where this card popped up. And I think it's just like talking about closing the end of a chapter. So for me, my background in education was in psychology and brain disorders management, and I strived to build a life in that career path, but I found it increasingly difficult as time went on just because a lot of things that I was surrounded with were triggering for me based on my own lived experience with my condition. And so I kind of have been slowly parting with the things I studied in school. Like, I still respect everything and I'm grateful for the knowledge that I learned, but I don't think I can have a career in the field anymore as much as I may have liked to. So that's just an example of ending a chapter in your life. I think that it's a very subjective card, and you kind of have to reflect on your own life and see if any doors are closing. But also remember that just because one path is ending doesn't mean that there aren't any new opportunities in the future. There's always going to be room for growth and development. And, everyone's on their own personal journey, and this is just part of yours. So just keep that in mind, that while some doors are closing, new opportunities are waiting for you. So the second card I pulled was asking the universe and the fairies for assistance in aiding one's diagnosis or diagnoses. So the card that fell is Perfect Timing. It says this is the right time for you to move forward. So I think it's just talking about this is the right time for you to ask for help and seek the guidance that you need to assist you with whatever condition or ailment you are going through. And an example of this would be to journal or manifest or pray. You can even do your own oracle card readings if you have a deck, or use your crystals, anything. Just set an intention and ask the universe or whoever you believe in to help you with what you're going through. So just write it down or say it verbally or say it in your thoughts. Just ask and you shall receive. So the third card that I asked was, what do people with brain disorders need to work on? Or this can be any condition, I guess, that affects your life. And the card that fell was Love Life. It says, the basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. So I know that a lot of time, well, at least I've experienced this, I'm sure other people have as well. If you personally suffer from any condition, you may feel like a burden onto others, and that maybe you don't deserve anyone because of your condition, and how limited you sometimes feel because of what you're going through. But that's not the case. Like, everybody deserves love, and I definitely believe that there's somebody out there for everyone. So don't give up on finding love if you haven't already. This card is indicating that your love life will be changing for the better, like it says. So whether you're already in a relationship or not necessarily a relationship, but involved with someone in the romantic capacity, it will be evolving towards something even greater. And if you don't currently have that in your life, then potentially it is right around the corner for you. So just keep believing. That is something that can help attract as well. You have to believe that it can happen for you. So go ahead and set your manifestations and ask your guides for help towards achieving the goal, whether it be working on your mental brain health, or letting go of the past and moving on to the future, or whether it be anything to do with your romantic life. Just ask your guides, set intentions, and manifest. And now we're just going to do a crystal. The crystals I've chosen are rose quartz. This is a tumbled one and this is a raw one, so you're aware. Doesn't matter. It just means rose quartz is really good for self-love and healing, and I think it would be a great fit for people who are trying to grow and succeed despite any conditions that hinder them. And I think it's important to remember that you are worth it and that you deserve happiness and love. And so I just think it's a good crystal to have around. If you don't have rose quartz, I highly suggest getting them or getting one. They're fairly inexpensive. You can get them at basically any metaphysical store, and you can also order them online if you don't want to go there in person. But yeah, rose quartz is definitely what I feel drawn to and what I suggest for this pile. So the final pile we're doing is financial stuff. And so I asked about our financial situation for October, and the card that fell out is Your Wish is Granted, which says what you've asked for is coming true. So it is my hope that whatever financial struggles you're going through, the universe hears you, they hear what you're asking, and they're going to be there to back you up, whether it's getting you a new job, maybe a pay raise, maybe more hours, maybe you'll inherit some money or get money as a present. Whatever that may be, the universe has your back, your wish is granted, and you will have some money coming your way. So the next card I asked, what do we need to do to get this financial improvement? So the card Autumn fell out, which says, in the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. So that again talks about reaping the reward and having a lot of it, and it talks about everything coming together in the autumn. And considering it's October, it is now fall, so it's just emphasizing what this card said and kind of reinforcing it, saying that your wish has been heard about your financial situation, and now that it's fall, you're gonna reap the harvests and you're gonna have a lot of like reward. In this case, we're talking about finances, so hopefully you'll be reeling in a lot of money. The third card that I asked was what to look out for financially, and the daughter card fell, which says the answers to your question involves your daughter. So perhaps you have a daughter who you're spending lots of money on, or maybe there's something involving money and your daughter that will occur in the future that you have to watch out for or be mindful of. Kind of, it's giving you a warning that maybe there's something about to happen in the future involving your daughter and money that just like brace yourself for, be aware that it might be happening. If you don't have a daughter, it could be a daughter-like figure. Like I said, it could be another person, or it could be a pet. Like I have my pet Pico. She's my little girl, and Mitchie, my son. So like it could be an animal. Be mindful that maybe something to do with your animal could cost you money, whether it's a vet visit or maybe buying food, maybe there's an unexpected procedure or something. Let's hope not, but just saying that there might be something involving an entity that presents like a daughter to you. Or we could look at the card in itself, and instead of looking at daughter, we can look at the female entity. Maybe it just represents someone in your life who is female that there might be financial struggles with. It could even be you if you're a girl, that you yourself are having financial struggles right now, and you just have to be mindful of yourself and your choices. So those are the 3 cards, and now we're just going to pick a crystal really quickly. So the crystal that I felt drawn to for this reading was amber, and amber is a crystal that focuses mainly on drawing out impurities from the body and like on healing. It is also a protective stone and aids against negative energies from the environment and from relationships. So it's possible, because this is the financial pile, that maybe there is something to do with yourself that may like cause you financial strain. I don't know if you're sick, perhaps, or if you have some kind of ailment. That would be something to look out for. Or it's also telling you to cut out toxic people from your life that may be a hindrance and may be costing you money as well. So that is all the oracle card readings for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. And if you found any of these cards relatable, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you are interested in future content, then be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, be sure to check out my Instagram, as I post a lot more on there, and you'll get to see some cool content that's not available on YouTube. So be sure to check it out. Thank you so much, and have a great night or day wherever you are. Bye.